Hello, War Thunder Xbox One. Uh, this is Raptor coming to you. I just was. People have asked and said, hey, what does a 4K War Thunder account look like? So, I figure I'll give you a little account tour. It's not the most impressive thing, but like I said, I've gotten a couple DMs saying, do an account tour. So, I'll start with US planes. I have top tier US planes, obviously. Always pay attention to your trees and don't do shit like this, because I was stuck in a very painful grind. I think I was up to here when the F-14 was announced, and I had to grind all the way down to here for the day before the F-14 released, and then I straight up bought it with GE because I was so sick of grinding. But yeah, planes, I'm top tier. Still working on the attacker tree. Gotta work on the bomber side too, but like honestly, I wanted the Phantom first, so I ground out this side, and I neglected the naval side, so that really sucked when the Tomcat came out. But I got it. As for premiums, I got a lot of Mimi stuff. The old XP-38G, still a very good plane. I actually prefer that one over the YP-38, which they repackaged with the U.S. Naval Campaign Pack. And the funny part was, I had the pack before. I had the naval or the U.S. Pacific Campaign Pack when I had bought it when it was with the XP-38G. But then when they re-released the pack with the YP-38, I had to buy the YP-38 to regain access to the naval campaign, which kind of sucked. But I mean, I like the design. I like how shiny it is. But I prefer this one because it's got the regular P-38 loadout instead of this silly loadout. But XP-55, very meme-ish. See, USA actually gets two of Germany's like best planes. You get the Bf-109 F4, which is amazing, and then where'd it go? The A8, the Focke-Wulf 190 A8. Both my two favorite planes to use in the German tree, and you get them in the US tree as premiums. And this one, like the German one, gets interceptor spawn. So you start in the air when your teammates and the other people have to take off. So usually the only other people you're fighting up there is other Focke-Wulf 190 A8s when you get to altitude. And then the A2D 9.0 in arcade. A couple events here. Tanks, not very far. Like, I made the same mistake. I just kind of shot down and wasn't going right or left to right or right to left or whatever you're gonna do. But I have some premiums. Got this in a loot box. Don't remember buying this. I do remember buying this. This is a fun tank. This is a very fun tank. Shoot, you can take this into 6.7 and still kick ass with it. I don't remember buying this, but I have it. And then this thing I got from the Battle Pass. I use this a little bit. It's a fun tank. XM1 Chrysler, obviously. And it's going to be funny if I ever port this account over to PC account, because right now I'm still a console account. But if I ever port this over, I could buy the XM1 GMC and then still have the XM1 Chrysler. So that'll be funny when or if it happens. And then I got this from Operation Winter. Fun tank. I got this from a loot box. Everyone says it sucks. I have not used it yet, so I don't know. Let's go to blue water. Not very far in the tree, but I do have a good grinding. Like, all of these guys are up in 5.0, so like I have a grinding lineup here. Pretty useful. Oh, and then in aviation, I do have. Where is it? This guy is cool. I got him from the actual event. I know he was in the. I know this plane was in the cocktail loot boxes, but I look at my SL. I spent a ton of shit on those and I didn't get a single vehicle. But I got this from the actual event, and then where is it? And then I got this. They added this into the loot box pool for the update loot boxes. So I got this during that. I basically got over half of the loot box vehicles during the Winds of Change loot box bug, where they were dropping like blue skins left and right. I got let me go into my inventory here. I'll show you. Let's see here. Skins, yeah. A lot of these big stacks of skins are from that loot box bug. And I was just redeeming skin. I was just getting tons of loot boxes basically for free. And I still got a nice stack of dupes. Like, literally 5 KV-220s. Another TV. This is the most dropped vehicle I've got from these loot boxes. This is the TV. Don't know why, but I've had like 10 of them at one time at one point. I mean, it's a good tank. It's just a Panther, but yeah, I've been getting. I wish I could just give them out to people, because there's lots of other players that want these. So I wish I could just give them to people. Especially this. I would give this to some people I play with so that we could run a squad of 4 of them. Great tank. Anyways. So, for USA, Blue Water and Coastal. Coastal, I'm not very far either, but I did get Douglas for the memes. Let's go to Germany now. So, Germany, I did another goofball move and shot straight down for the Leopard 2A5. This was before the 2A6 came out. So basically for Germany, I've been playing mid-tier to get the rest of this stuff that I just haven't bought or ground out yet, so that my tree doesn't look so goofy. But and I don't play top tier Germany that often. If I do, I just put like a backup on this, and then I bring the 2A4 with a backup, so I at least have 4 tanks to spawn, and then the Flak Panzer 1 for AA. Decent lineup, but premiums, I got a good selection here for Germany. What is this? The Pack Track. The bigger Pack Track, the Pack Puma, Herman the German Sherman, the KV-1B. This is basically a copy-paste of the Russian KV-1E. They're like the exact same tank, except this one is better simply because you don't fight German guns. And, I mean, I know experienced Russian and US players can kill these things, but when you're fighting people that aren't used to fighting them, especially Russian mains, when you like KV-1Ss, I get into brawls with all the time, and they don't know how to kill me because they're not used to fighting other KV-1s. So I end up getting a nice shot through their viewport, their driver viewport, and they're like, "How did you kill me and I couldn't kill you?" So this tank is fun just because you don't fight German guns when you're playing it. And then the prototype Tiger. I don't have the up-armored version of it, though. I just have the loot box version. This was my first ever premium purchase on War Thunder, was the Tiger II SLA 16. And I got my shit slapped a lot in this tank because I fell for the Lee Invincible Wearaboo tank memes. But after actually learning how to play tanks a little bit better, I do pretty well in it. It's a good addition to my 6.7 lineup. And then we got the Elephant. And then also, obviously, rip the removed boys. We will forever miss you. And then these guys down here, I just unlocked him. I've had a lot of free time lately, so I was able to grind out this whole event for free, basically. So for Germany's Aviation, I'm almost top tier. I mean, I can play top tier because I have these two. This thing, though, the F4F early, you really suffer. This one was more of a reconnaissance version, while this one over here is a much better version, because this one actually gets flares and chaff, and this one does not. And I believe this one has radar warning. I'm not sure. I haven't took it out in a while. But this one is much better of a usable top tier event. Was the MiG-23 MF. Very good plane. It's basically a copy paste of the Russian MiG-23M. The exact same plane, basically. The MLD obviously has a much better engine, but you know, for a plane I got for free, not terrible. And then I enjoy the MiG-21 MF now, especially because now you get the they added in those radar missiles as well, the R3Rs. And then this one you can do custom loadouts. Like all of these ones now you can do, like this, the MiG-21 MF, the BizSow, the MLA. You can do, and even on these ones too, you can do those custom loadouts. So you can put, you know, whatever you feel like putting on those pylons. Obviously it'll affect your spawn points in ground RB. If you take a ton of bombs and rockets, you'll have to pay more spawn points to take that loadout. But I just like it because you can mix and match missiles, like air-to-air missiles now. So for Blue Water, I'm actually pretty far. Just got to get these last three. But shoot, Blue Water grind, when EC is not active, Blue Water grind is very slow. And then my tree looks incomplete because I was down to the Graf Spee and the Admiral Hipper before they split the trees into Blue Water and Coastal. So my tree is incomplete because they restructured the tech tree, but I can still grind out these top tier ones without having to go back for these ones. I don't have very many premiums, just this guy. Coastal, not very far. I mean, the flak barges, yeah. I'm gonna buy those once I get amassed a bit more SL. But the flak barges are fun to take into top tier because you sit next to the battleships on your team, and planes will magnetize towards them, and you just get free plane kills by keeping your battleships safe, and it's a ton of research points. So what I want to do is get this one and then talisman it, so that I can just camp next to the battleships in top tier and keep the planes off them. I got the Bussard, but the Bussard has its own tech tree variant. Like, it's literally the same as the Albatross. So I don't see much value in this one. Like, I'll spade it eventually, but shit. That's it for Germany. So for Russia, oops, I went into World War. So for Russia, I'm kind of down to like 7.7. Like, I can buy into 9.3, but I did that shit again where I shot straight down. Like, I'm bad at grinding tank trees. But I do have a lot of premiums to supplement my tech trees. A couple events, the KV1E, it's not really an event, but it goes on sale sporadically. It's not always available. I got this from a loot box. I got lots of those you saw earlier. KV2. I got a coupon for this one, so I bought it because, like, I logged in and they gave me a 60% off coupon for it. So I was like, okay. TV, got a ton of them. Bought this. Got a coupon for this too. It was like a couple years ago. Like, every day you logged in, it was for like Russia's military day or something, and you would get coupons off for some select Russian tanks. And then the cancer stick tank right here. Let's see. T-34-100. I do have the terms. Yeah, I have the terms. I've never used this in an actual match, though. Never. I take it in custom sometimes and dick around just to, try it out. But I've never joined a match, died, and quit in this stupid thing. So I'm not that guy. And then I got these two event boys, the Spaceship Tank and the BMD-4. Not terrible tanks. I do have this thing. Like, I got really fucked up one night and just bought this for no reason. And I don't have the battle rating tanks to just use it, so it's been sitting here. I did use it in helicopter PvP, that helicopter battles game mode, just to troll people with. It was pretty fun. But other than that, I haven't really used it much. Aviation. Not terribly far. I'm getting into the late war props right now. About to break into early jets. But I do play a little bit of top tier Russia with these two. The Biz-ish was actually my first premium purchase for Russia. Was this thing. And this is actually a great cast plane if you can learn to aim the rockets. Because when you equip your rocket pods on this plane, they're angled downwards. So it's kind of different than like US cast where they're just pointing straight ahead and you have to dive. This one, they're pointed downwards a little bit, so you can go into a more shallow dive to dump your rockets and then pull up easier. I guess that was the idea. But obviously I got the MiG-17 AS, the MiG-21 Pain for me. People seem to think this one's terrible. I mean, if you get up tiered to 10.3, yeah, it's very terrible. But like, if you get down tiered to, what was it, 8.3 and fight the Sabres, you're gonna have a very fun time. That's the gamble, though, is you can get up tiered to 10.3 and get shit on, or you can get down tiered to 8.3 and shit on other people. You never know. And then this one is a lot better of a. This one's a lot better of a mix, because you still don't get countermeasures, but you get a radar warning system, I believe, and you get radar missiles. You get the R3R missiles, and I believe this one too, you have the option to select custom loadouts. As for Blue Water, not very far at all, but I do have some stuff to help in the grind. I did buy this straight up. Yeah, I bought it. This I got from the Battle Pass. And then this was an event. I actually ground this one out. Operation Summer 2020. Coastal Fleet. Not a ton. I got this from Operation Winter. But, yeah, Russia, not too much to write home about. Same as England. Same with England, I'm sorry. Not too much. Let's see. I got a few things. This is an event. What is this? This is an event. And then I'm grinding out the Liverpool for... I'm not going to buy it out, but I'll grind it with squadron points. Let's see. Planes. I'm kind of into the late war props. Yeah, I'm researching the Griffin Spits right now. And then the Tempest up here. So that's where I'm at. And then I'm severely neglecting my bomber tree here. But like, I really don't play Britain for the bombers, honestly. And a lot of their premiums too have really good CAS options. Like the GR1 has good CAS. This thing is decent CAS, but like I don't have tanks to back it up, so it's just a hangar trophy for now. And I never wanted to take it into Air RB because you have no guns. I've seen YouTubers use the rockets to kill people, but I'm not that good. But I do have some grindy premiums that I can use to speed things up. But a lot of people say the FGR2 is one of the best. This one, it's between this and the Japanese F4EJ Kai are like the best versions of the Phantom. So yeah, I got a ways to go in England. Japan. My tree is a little more fleshed out in Japan. Like, I've researched some of these bombers, I just haven't bought them. And I didn't really shoot straight down a line too much. But I have a ton of premiums that I bought, like, during a winter sale one year. I got this on the Xbox market. And then this is actually one of my... I've had this for a while, but I just never used it. And it's now one of my favorite premiums to grind Japan with. I get down tiered almost every time to like 5.0 and I fight like F-82s in this thing and just murder them. This plane, no, this plane right here, holy shit, they raised its BR. Unless this is arcade, hang on. Yeah, never mind. That was arcade. Yeah. I was going to say, those BRs looked a little high. Yeah, this plane is very fun. You only have 84 rounds, but if you can tap something once, it just dies in Air RB. So it's a very good plane. And it can be good at CAS, too, if you're accurate with those 30mm cannons. This one is kind of the same thing, boom and zoomer, but this one's got a lot more ammo. This thing, I don't really remember buying it, but I know this one I think came with I think this one came with the Japanese Pacific campaign. Either this one or this one came with the Japanese Pacific campaign. So, but I do have most of the Japanese buyable premiums. And then this guy from the Battle Pass. I'm sure there's a couple I don't have, but oh well. Let's see. Blue Water. I don't have barely any tech tree stuff. I haven't really played Japan that much other than planes. But I do have some vehicles to grind the Blue Water fleet with. Coastal, very much the same thing. I bought a couple of these because I was planning on jumping into the Japanese tree grind before they split before they split the Coastal and Blue Water fleet. It used to be you had to start with the speedboats and then you could get your way into destroyers and heavy cruisers at the end of the tech tree. That was like rank 5 and 6 was destroyers and heavy cruisers, and then low rank was all the little boats. So low rank matches were all just speedboat simulator. I don't miss those days, honestly. So that's why I have all these, is because I bought them to make that stupid grind faster. But now that except for this thing, I bought this thing just to bully people with. I got bullied a lot by it when it first came out, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to go do that too. So, yeah. I'm already at 25 minutes, Jesus. Alright, let's speed run the rest of this tour. China. Oh, back to Japan, though. I don't have anything for tanks. I have heavy tank number 6, and this guy from an event. China, again, nothing for tanks except for this T-26 and the reserves. Planes, I'm getting into their late war props. I do want to get to the J7E and the J8B because these are really awesome planes I've been seeing. And I have the Shenyang to help me get there, so no problem. Italy, nothing for tanks except for a few events. Literally the only 2 tanks I have for Italy are events and the reserves. Nothing for helicopters. Planes, I'm into their late war stuff and starting into the early jet grind. This is a terrible BR. I hate 5.7 to 6.7. Air RB is just trash right now. This is still a good plane at its BR. I don't like this one bit. Move it back to 4.7. Let's see. And then, yeah, I'm not really excited for top tier Italy because all you have to look forward to is F-104s. The YS is just trash. Let's see here. France, I'm getting into their mid-tier to late war props. And their jets. I'm looking forward to the French jets because the Mirages look very fun. And then you get an F8E, which is a whole lot of fun. Tanks, I have nothing for France tanks. Nothing. Except for a couple premiums. The EBRs, obviously. I remember when this thing came out and everyone was so fucking mad because it was at 5.3, I think. And it was just bullying the shit out of Germans. Like, German teams were getting just destroyed by them, and they're getting so mad. Oh, man. Now it's at 6.3, which it still wrecks at. But, yeah. Let's see, Sweden. I'm enjoying Sweden reserve because their reserve tanks are good up until like 6.7 because of those APDS shells you get with the 37mm cannon. Like anything with that Swedish 37mm cannon can get those APDS rounds and just destroy, like, ammo rack the crap out of people through their armor. But yeah, I'm not very far. Planes, on the other hand, I am top tier because the Viggen is very, very fun to fly. Not the best, but you do all right. And then finally Israel, I'm not very far because I bought this just to get into the testing. And then I bought this because I didn't want to grind with this because this thing sucks. This thing is a good plane on its own right, but like it sucks because when you get into matchmaking, you're always put on the German team at like 5.7 to 6.7. And it's you and like one Ta 152H and 4 JU 288Cs versus like 6 F2Gs and maybe a P59 thrown in there, and you just get murdered because you're the only 2 fighters on your team versus 6 like dedicated fighters. Yeah, that's why I hate 6.0 air. You get games like that. It's just trash. Anyway, like I said, this is what a 4K account looks like. I have not spent my GE probably the wisest. I have used a lot of GE on loot boxes trying to get that 262A2A, and it's just not a whole. It's just I've done dumb things in my account. Wasted GE, like I've wasted GE on crew experience in some aspects. Like my Chinese crew, I used GE to give them to give that crew. Let's see. Yeah, I used GE to give him stamina, G tolerance, and keen vision, just so that he wouldn't black out in a slight turn. But yeah, 4K club here. Not the most flashy account, but it's what I got.